Here we begins the fifth semester of BSc Biotechnology. For now, the classes will be in online mode. In this semester, I will be handling bioprocess technology. Before jumping into the details of the subject, let me tell you a story. The Nobel Prize in Physiology of Medicine for the year 1945 was shared by three people. The first person is Alexander Fleming. You all know him. He is the one who discovered the antibiotics. In 1928, he found that the mold Penicillium notatum is producing a chemical, producing a bioproduct which is able to kill bacteria. At that time, people used to die from infectious disease caused by bacteria, and this drug is able to kill a wide variety of bacteria and save many lives. But even after 13 years, this penicillin was not able to save any single life. Why? Because there is no methods for the production of penicillin in huge quantity and quality. The very first clinical trial of penicillin was done in 1941 by this Ernst Bornstein and Howard Walter Florey, and this clinical trial was a failure. One reason for this failure is like we were not able to produce this penicillin in huge quantities and qualities for the treatment of patients. Other reason is like that 80% of penicillin was cleared from the patient's bloodstream in 4 hours by the renal clearance. Later, in 1942, people found ways to make penicillin in good quantities and qualities for the medical use. And in Second World War, this penicillin saved about 15% of lives of Allied forces. That's more than 1 million people's life was saved by this drug. Later, we were able to modify this drug in such a way that it won't be cleared by the kidney from the bloodstream. In this case, the real difference came when we were able to modify the penicillin and produce it in enough quantity and in quality. Let me tell you another story. In this story, Best and Banting, they discovered insulin in 1921, and they found that the pancreatic extract which contains insulin can be used for the treatment of diabetic patients. Diabetes was a life-threatening disease at that time, and there is huge number of diabetic patients out there for waiting for the treatment. If you look at the timeline of insulin, insulin was discovered in 1921. Immediately after that, Eli Lilly, a company, produced insulin from bovine sources. They take the ox pancreas or similar animals' pancreas and extract insulin and market it. The problem is that this ox pancreas insulin was expensive and not easy to get, and on top of that, it used to produce antigenic and allergic reactions in patients. But in late 1970s, recombinant DNA technology came, and by using that technology, we were able to transfer human insulin gene into a bacteria. And the bacteria, by growing the bacteria, we can produce human insulin. And this insulin was cheaper, easily available, and it doesn't cause any immunological reactions or allergic reactions. In this case, the real difference came when we use recombinant DNA technology for the production of a drug. In both these cases, the real hero was bioprocess technology. So, what is bioprocess technology? Bioprocess technology is defined as specific process that use complete living cells or their components to obtain desired product. It is just like a chemical process or physical process, but the difference is that we are using the living cells or their components. Living cell can be a bacteria, it can be an algae, it can be a fungi or anything. It can be a human or plant cell. What is meant by the components? Sometimes the bioprocess technology uses the dead cells for a process, to create a desired product. We can use enzymes, we can use proteins. Any such type of components can be used for the production of a desired products. So this is bioprocess technology. Fermentation technology is a very related term. Sometimes we use the bioprocess technology and the fermentation technology interchangeably. Fermentation, the word itself means fever. In fermentation technology, we grow microorganisms in bulk quantities to get a desired product. So its definition goes like this. any process for the production of products by the mass culture of microorganism. Even if we use the terms bioprocess technology and fermentation technology interchangeably, there is a difference between both terms. When we use bioprocess technology, which is used for the production of compounds using the whole cell or their components. But when it is coming to the fermentation technology, by definition, it can be done only using the growth of microorganism. So it's a bioprocess. The fermentation technology is a subdivision of bioprocess technology. So a bioprocess technology using the bulk culture of microorganism is called a fermentation technology. So if we are using components, non-living components of a cell, that cannot be termed as a fermentation technology. This is a historical overview of bioprocess. In the earlier times, the empirical fermentation were used, like the ancient type of fermentation for the ethyl alcohol, for acetic acid and ABE. Then we developed a deep vat fermentation process, which is used for the production of vitamins and organic acids. Then we have the large scale sterile fermentation. The sterility was maintained so that the secondary metabolites like antibiotics and steroids can be produced in huge quantities. Then we have the recombinant DNA technology, which is used for the horizontal gene transfer, and a mammalian cell culture system was developed, and high density cell cultures were also developed for the production of recombinant proteins, monoclonal antibodies, and other pharmaceutical proteins. Now we are in an era of synthetic biology and bioinformatics, and we are looking for applications in personal medicine, chemical manufacturing, GMO plants with genetically modified plants, and artificial photosynthesis. Produce bioproducts. Bioproducts can be a material, it can be a chemical, or it can be an energy. The important point is that it is produced from renewable biological resources. It is in bioprocess technology, most of the bioproducts are produced by either microorganism or enzyme. These are renewable biological resources. They support sustainable development. It produces less carbon and water footprint. And generally, these components are biodegradable and recyclable. These bioproducts are classified into two based on the economical value and the volume produced annually. It can be a low value, high volume product, medium value, medium volume product, or high value, low volume product. Some details of this product. Firstly, we have low value, high volume product. These products have a cost of 6 pounds per kg. In rupees, it will come around like 500 rupees per kg, and it is required in huge quantities. Millions and billions of kg per year is required. Examples are citric acid and xanthine, which is extensively used in food industry. The major cost determining factor for the low value, high volume products are cost of raw material, duration of the fermentation, and the overall cost of utilities. Then we have medium value, medium volume products. Its cost is around 60 pounds per kg, and it is needed less than a million kg annually. Antibiotics are examples for them. And cost determining factors are duration of fermentation and utilities and nutritional costs. Finally, we have high value, low volume products. Generally, they are pharmaceuticals produced from recombinant DNA technology. Cost is like 60 pounds per milligram, like in Indian rupees, 5,000 rupees per milligram, and it is needed in very less quantity, maybe several hundred kg or 1 kg, like that. Its major cost determining factor is the strain, bacterial strain, which is producing the product, and stability of the strain, level of expression, and the overall cost of the product. If you think about biotechnology industry in India, it's actually booming. We have the data from 2016. In that year-to-year growth was about 57%. And overall, it is a $11 billion industry in India. Sector-wise, biopharma is the leading sector in bioprocess technology. It's consume about 64% of all bioprocess industries in India, followed by bioservices, bioagri, bioindustry, and bioinformatics. These are all for today. Thank you.